Now moving on to the other big story we'll track today, Mauritius says it is willing to walk the extra mile to address concerns of Indian tax authorities, including reassessing the bilateral tax treaty with India to ensure it isn't misused. And speaking to NDTV, Mauritius Foreign Minister Arun Boulel, who is meeting Prime Minister Manmohan Singh later today, says India's proposals to bring domestic laws like the GAAR has led to tremendous concern and uncertainty and will impact foreign investments into India.
Your visit is actually coming during very interesting times in the backdrop of a lot of concern with regard to new taxation rules, including the General Anti-Avoidance Rules or GAAR that India is planning to impose. Are you intending to actually raise concerns over how that's going to really impact investments being routed through Mauritius?
It's very difficult for me to pronounce on a domestic matter.
Right.
More so since,
but it impacts Mauritius
yes,
in a big way.
More so since, you know, it's a draft guidelines.
Yes.
And we, of course, like everybody else, you know, waiting to see what is the official stand, you know, of government on the issue. You know, so, but nevertheless, we are watching and monitoring this situation, and whatever we do, we have to make sure that we consolidate further this treaty. Notwithstanding the fact that when it comes on disclosure of information, on introducing more stringent rules, we do it all along. Since 2006, we've been doing it.
Sure.
We've been very responsive to the needs of Indian authorities, to the needs of Mauritian authorities, to respond positively to the needs of all operators, of all the stake players. But whatever we do, our concern is to see to it that there's transparency, that there's an accountability, and disclosure of information is mandatory. If I may say so, for example, the recent case of Vodafone, within 7 days.
Right.
Within 7
days, the information was provided.
The information have been forthcoming and disclosed without any hindrance. And this is the spirit of the Mauritian authorities, and this is how we work.
It's wonderful to see Mauritius actually tell India that yes, we are willing to be transparent, we are willing to disclose information and cooperate with the Indian tax authorities. However, when it comes to renegotiating the tax treaty, where India has clearly raised key concerns about how the treaty is being misused essentially for tax benefits, there is a clear unwillingness on part of Mauritius. And here I'm actually quoting the Minister of State Finance, who has stated that in Parliament that Mauritius is unwilling to renegotiate the tax treaty. How would you respond?
We are willing to walk the extra mile. And by saying we're willing to walk the extra mile, if ever there is a perception, if ever there's any loophole that has to be plugged, we will do so with vehemence, with force, and in a very meaningful and effective manner. This is why I say, you know, I've given, on the specific matter that you've raised, within 7 days, we have conveyed loud and clear to the Indian authorities the information required.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.